happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And able to get this out to the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
Truly one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league, who's willing to do whatever it takes to win and plays through a lot of adversity and continues to do it at a high level in his high 30s, trying to make another run at the Super Bowl here in his 17th season.
Stafford going to throw from the outset. Pass complete there to Nakua. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
He'll drop this down to Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, just like last play.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run for the first time here with Kyron Williams. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want, and other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
That's another Rams first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Again, it's Williams. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Up the middle, it's Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
In motion right goes Adams. Play action. Stafford. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun, here's Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a third down gain of 4.
It's now fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. In motion, the tight end. On fourth down, Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A fourth down gamble turns into a fourth down scramble. But all is well. First down.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Kyron Williams, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Rams will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there are many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster, and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. This now a 3rd and 4. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And that went off the mark, a little late with a throw. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of the route, too. But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Second and 10. Stafford. He gets this to Devontae Adams. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Stafford now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now Jones. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Good sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Now 2nd and 3. Off the bootleg. Jones. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
This is 2nd and 8. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. So the completion good for 7 there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Eddie Pinheiro on for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
Eddie Pinheiro
after the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. A shotgun snap for Stanford. They'll get this one complete to Atwell. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Throwing is Stanford. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Stafford looks to throw again. Finding Williams once more, complete. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 49ers' 38-yard line.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. They juked him. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. This is a game, Charles, it's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Back to throw. Jones. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing just outside his own goal line. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because Everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Now Stafford. Right to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Stafford. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Off the draw, here's Williams. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. And he is going to have a Rams first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now it's Stafford. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 6-yard line.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Adams, the man in motion right. They try the left side here with Williams. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
A gain of 3 yards. And the Rams.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Back now in Los Angeles. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And as this drive began, the offense had to be thinking touchdown, knowing the situation. Even after that loss, touchdown still on their minds. This is a one-possession game. A field goal doesn't do them a whole lot of good.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Here's Stafford. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And now we've got a third and goal situation.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
That's going to bring up fourth down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. And his kick here is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Looking to put a drive together. Now a play fake here on first down. Got him there right side. It's McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
First down, San Francisco.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on first and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man is born. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. He finds Robinson. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down. Jones got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson.
Complete to DeMarcus Robinson. A gain of 15. First down, 49ers.
fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Rams' 19-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. Jones. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Jones. And he's got it. Touchdown 49ers. Sky Moore from 6 yards away. And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this for about the 32.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Stafford. Pass complete. It's Adams. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Now Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Stafford now to throw. And it's complete to Adams. Well, he is inside the 30.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
This is 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Well, this defense needing a stop here. Got to have it. 3rd and 9. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now the Niners down 13-10, 24 seconds to go. And they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jones. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And this one won't be remembered for many offensive fireworks, but they did enough to get the job done.
And that's why it's a team game, because sometimes you have to lean on one part of your team. And they leaned on their defense. In fact, they probably went over there and asked for some help. Like, guys, we just don't have it in this one. Can you hook us up? And they did in a big way. Said, no problem. Put it on our shoulders. We'll carry you home. And they did exactly that.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night